but indlela angibophe ngayo, like he spread my legs and olunye unyawo lungapha olunye lungapha, and he tied it up, and he spread my hands like far apart, like one hand was this side and the other hand was that side, so he tied up. So I was literally like, imlenze nje yayivuliwe nje, imlenze nje ikiwe nje ngiyisakazile, you know. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the Diary of Unutando, and if you are returning, Sabi, honey, welcome back, darling. You know how we do. But anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and today I'm actually going to be doing a story time with you / get ready with me. So today's story is PG-18, sex, nudity, violence, language, like all the things you can think of. So if you are sitting with your child, or hleli nengane, or maybe hleli no underage, please let them leave because the details in the story get gory. But anyway, before we hop into the video guys, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Please like this video and give it a big thumbs up, and let's hop right into the story. Okay guys, so because I'm doing a get ready with me, I'm going to be doing my makeup with you guys. So I'm gonna quickly go and do my brows off camera, and then we can start the story. Okay guys, so I am actually done doing my brows, so we're gonna hop right into the story. So guys, because this is not a makeup tutorial, I'm not going to be naming the products that I am going to be using. However, I will put everything down in the description box just in case you guys are curious. And if you do see me looking to the left, please don't mind, that is my mirror, because I am filming and I have a mirror right next to me. Okay, so let me just put you guys up properly. There we go. Okay, so this story guys goes all the way back, like all the way back. This was basically during COVID time, so I'm just applying some foundation. So this story goes back all the way to COVID guys. This was just when the restrictions were just being lifted off and everything was slowly getting back to normal, and everybody was back at work. So I was actually on my way home from work, and it was quite late. It was around about 5:30. I do remember that I did knock off quite late at the office. So basically where I was staying and the office was like about a 15 minutes walk. It wasn't too far. So I knocked off from work guys, and I walked to my place. So as I was just about to reach my place guys, like about maybe 2 to 3 minutes as I was just about to reach my place, here pulls up this car. And I'm not gonna lie, this guy that was driving the car, he was very cute, he's very handsome, and he basically stops the car, and he's basically like, hey gorgeous, like what are you doing walking all by yourself at this time of the night, because it's quite late, don't you know that it's not safe to walk alone, especially at this time, So I was like, oh well, thank you for worrying about me, but sengizofika, I'm almost there, I'm almost there at my place. So then he offers me a lift. He offers to drop me off at my place. Now because me guys, like if you know me, you will know that I'm very very wary of jumping in a stranger's car. I won't just jump in anybody's car. I'm very 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 wary of that, because guys, it is a very dangerous world out here. So what I usually do if I am going to be jumping into someone's car that I don't know of, I usually take a picture of the plate, the number plate or the registration plate, and I send it to my sister. So I was quite skeptical, and I did tell him that I'm very skeptical and that I do not, jump in anybody's car. So he was like, I'm not going to do anything to you, don't worry. I don't snatch people. And because, I'm that type of person who's very wary, I took a picture of the license plate and I sent it to my sister. So then I jumped in the car and he drove me to my place. So before we went to my place, guys, there was just a small park that was not too far off from where I stayed. So we drove around and we went to that park, and we parked there for like a couple of minutes while we were talking, getting to know each other. So I'm not going to say or reveal who this person is, just for the purpose of the video and just for privacy reasons. However, we are going to give this guy a name. So we're going to call this guy, Mr. Freak. Okay. So okay, we parking by the park with Mr. Freaky, and we are talking, getting to know each other. And he's a very cute guy, he's a very handsome guy, and he's approachable. It's nice talking to him, and I get to find out that he's also very, very funny. So after we talk, he then goes and he drops me off at my place. And he's like, it was really nice spending those few moments with me, and he would definitely like to see me again. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't mind. If you want to see me again, you definitely can, So we exchange numbers, guys, and, we part ways. So a few days later, he hits me up again, and he asks if he could come and see me later on. So I was like, okay, cool, I don't mind. Once I'm back from work, you certainly can. So then, guys, I go to my place, and I obviously get ready and I wait for him. So I figured Mr. Freaky to come and see me. So Mr. Freaky may figure, guys, he picks me up, and then we go and grab something to eat. And then we go and, chill at another park, which was near, where he lived. So we grab something to eat, guys, and then we go and we chill, at the park. So as we are eating and we are talking and we are chilling, just getting to know each other, and having a good conversation. I'm not gonna lie, it was really nice talking to him. Like, he was really, really funny. So that was one thing that I did enjoy, was talking to him. So he then proceeds to ask me something, and he's like, can I ask you a question? So I'm like, yeah, sure, cool, no problem. Like, what do you want to ask me? So then he's like, I wanted to find out, like, what was your most wildest, sexual fantasy that you've always wanted to try out but never got the chance to? I'm like, okay. That was very sudden, that just came out of the blue. I certainly wasn't expecting that. But, I take a moment to think about what he's asking me, and guys, I am very freaky, in bed I am very, very freaky, and I like trying out new things, especially with my partner. So I was like, well, I've always wanted to try out bondage, and I've never gotten the chance to. And then he's like, okay, so would you like to experience bondage? And obviously I was shocked, guys, because like I so didn't expect him to ask me that type of question. And it was just like this a few days after we had met, and I wasn't expecting him to ask me that question. But then I respond and I agree, and I was like, well, if I could find someone to please my sexual fantasy, then of course, yes, I would definitely love to try it out. So then he's like, okay, that's fine. So are you sure that you want to try it out? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, I do want to try it out. So he's like, how would you feel if I said, let's try it out, if you wanna try out some bondage, by all means, let's go for it. So I was shocked, like, obviously, guys, like, I was completely like taken aback. But it was quite interesting, because here I am, with a complete stranger, and this guy wants us to do, one of my wildest and craziest sexual fantasy. I saw nangempela ke guys ngivume ke, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, I don't mind, we can try it out. So we plan get guys ukuthi sizobonana weekend he's gonna come and fetch me, and I'm basically going to spend the whole weekend over at his place. So I was really looking forward to the experience. I was really excited for the weekend. I mean, here is this guy Ongchazayo who's cute and who wants us to try out my wildest sexual fantasy, and I've never done bondage with anybody in my life. So this was the first experience, like this was the first time that we were actually going to do it. So I was quite nervous, but I was excited at the same time. So weekend comes, get guys, and we decide to just chill out for a bit and then go over to his place a bit later on. So Nangembele, he comes and he picks me up and we chill, guys. Like, we drive around and he lights a blunt. So for those of you guys that don't know what a blunt is, it's weed. So he lights some weed and we smoke some, and then we go and grab something to eat, we go and grab something to drink, and then we go over at his place. So mesfika guys, like, it's a very nice 2-bedroom flat, very stylish, very neat, and very cozy, very stylish 2-bedroom. He makes me feel at home. He makes me a drink, and then I go and I take a shower. So while I'm in the shower, guys, here comes this guy and he wants to join me now in the shower. So I'm like, okay. And then he undresses and he joins me, guys, in the shower. So okay, guys, we showered together, and at this point, like, I'm starting to really like the guy, because he's very sweet. And what I came to find out about him is that he's very genuine. He's a very genuine guy. So I was really starting to like the guy, and he's very cute, he's handsome, so why not? But anyway, so we take a shower together, guys, and then we jump out of the shower, and then we obviously like chill in bed, watching some videos, watching some movies, just talking and bonding even more, getting to know each other even more. So then he turns around and he asks me, he's like, are you ready? And I'm like, am I ready for what? And he's like, are you ready to like get started, like try out your bondage experience? So I was like, okay, so we ain't wasting any time, are we? So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I am ready, but I did tell him, like, before we started, that I don't like the bondage that's very extreme, like the extreme bondage. I like the bondage, the very light bondage, not the one where now I'm in pain and I'm not enjoying it, because the whole purpose of this experience for me is to actually enjoy it. So he was like, don't worry, I won't hurt you. Do you trust me? So I was like, well, from what I've seen so far, you haven't given me any reason to doubt you. So yes, of course, I do trust you, So then he was like, okay, that's fine. So he So I'm just fanning myself, guys, so the foundation and the concealer can just dry up a bit, because I feel like it's just a little bit too oily, and I always like drying my face first and then applying some powder. But yeah, so then he gets up and he takes a blindfold, guys, and he blindfolds me. So mese sengiblindfolda ke guys umfana, it's like now things are starting to get real, guys. Like shit is really starting to get real. So then he blindfolds me, guys, and after he blindfolds me, then he proceeds to take yonke into like azoidinga, because he did have some equipment that he saved up just for that specific night. So then he takes the equipment, and mina ngiblindfoldiwe, angiboni lutho, guys. Like honestly speaking, angiboni lutho. Then he blindfolds me, okay? So as he's blindfolding me, like I'm thinking to myself, like I just met this guy. Like what if uzongibulala, because angmazi ukuthi what he's gonna do njengoba engiblindfoldile. And what if he hurts me? How do you know ngempela that he's not going to like hurt you? But then again, guys, me being me, I kept like telling him ukuthi I'm nervous, and I'm scared. And he kept like ubeng to do zamus, and he was like, don't worry, like uzoba right, you'll be fine, I'm not gonna hurt you, just trust me, I'm not gonna hurt you, I'm not gonna do anything to you, I just want to make your wildest dreams come true. So nangempela ke guys, uguy wabantu angiblindfolde ke, and after he tells me ukuthi he's not going to hurt me, like I kind of like ease a bit, because la ahlala khona, his flat was basically like separated into two. So the other building, like the other portion of the flat, he was living there, and then the other portion of the flat, his mother was living there. So I was like, okay, like how could he possibly hurt me, with his mother being, on the other block, So ngayiduduza kancane guys, just because of that, And then he blindfolds me, guys, and then at this moment, like I'm dressed while he was blindfolding me. And so after he blindfolds me, angazi ukuthi what he took, but he took something and he tied my hands with it. So after he was tying my hands, he tied my feet as well. Okay, so now my hands are tied and my feet are tied, but indlela angibophe ngayo, like he spread my legs and olunye unyawo lungapha olunye lungapha, and he tied it up, and he spread my hands like far apart, like one hand was this side and the other hand was that side. So he tied me up. So I was literally like imlenze nje yayivuliwe nje, imlenze nje ikiwe nje ngiyisakazile, So then he starts to undress me. So as he's undressing me, guys, like he's kissing me all over. Like I don't want to lie, like I've had sexual encounters and sexual experiences, but that guy, there was just something about that guy, he just had it in him, like every single thing that he was doing to my body was nice. But anyway, so he undresses me, guys, and then he starts kissing me, all over. So while he's undressing me, like he's kissing me all over, and I'm enjoying it, child, like igumnandi, because like his hands are so soft, like his lips are so soft, like whenza yonke into like snake, like he really really wants to do it, not to he's forced like to do it. But anyway, yeah, so ehleke nami, guys, he kisses me all over. Labo, I'm blindfolded, my hands are tied, my legs are tied, angiboni nix eyenzakalayo. Okay, so as he's going down, kissing me. So anyway, guys, so I'm just using this color and this color, just these two colors. Okay, so yeah, so then while he's kissing me all over and undressing me, like, I'm feeling so much of pleasure, guys, and kumnandi, I'm not gonna lie. So then angiboni ngiblindfoldiwe, ngizwa izinto ziyanyakaza, khala nje ubuhlofohlofu, so he's getting the things that we need for the bondage. So then he proceeds, and now I'm completely naked, guys. Like, I'm completely naked, and like I feel so bare, but the things he's doing to me is zimnandi, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm really enjoying it. So he takes something ebandayo and then he drops it on my nipples, and then obviously, because I'm blindfolded, ngilele embedeni, and angiboni ukuthi yini le ayibeka emabeleni, I get a shock, and ngimemeze kancane. So he then laughs and he's like, shh, and he's whispering in my ear kamnandi. He's like, do you trust me? Do you trust me? And each time he's asking me that, like, the adrenaline all over my body, because manje angimboni ukuthi wenzani, but lento ayenzayo imnandi, I'm enjoying it, but foot manje I don't trust him, ngiyasaba. So I'm like, yes, I do trust you. Oh, guys, and then he takes something else and then he drops it enkabeni, and iyabanda lento, like, I don't know what it is, but the feeling, that it's giving me, it is so nice. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, it is so nice. Kulo mzuzu, he's kissing me all over, like, he's licking my nipples, he's going all the way down. As I figure, like, down there, in my vajayjay. And then he takes something, ishisayoge manje, and he puts it, like, right on my clit. Right on my clit, guys. You can imagine the adrenaline that's going through you. Like, you are blindfolded, your hands and your legs are bound, they are tied, auna movement, you can't see what he's doing to you, but imnandi futhi lento ayenzayo, and you actually enjoying it, So I'm screaming, I'm enjoying all of the pleasure, kumnandi. I'm panting, and ngifisa nokumbamba ke manje, but I can't because my hands are tied. Uyayibona leyo nto nje inkinga nje, but my love, the way enza ngakhona umfana wabantu, hayi une-talent shape umfana wabantu, I'm not gonna lie, une-talent umfana wabantu. Uyabona mengabe ukhuluma ngomuntu owayela esikoleni ukuyobhebha, he's the one. But anyway, guys, after he was done, with all that romance and, kissing me all over, touching me all over, caressing my body all over, at this moment, like, I am dripping wet. I was dripping wet. And then after he was done, like, with all of that, guys, so then it was time to actually do the deed, and I'm not gonna lie, like, the deed was so nice, guys. Like, I really enjoyed that. Like, honestly, I really enjoyed that. And that guy wasn't even my race, guys, and we didn't even share the same religion. Different races, different religions, different cultures, different backgrounds, different everything, but I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, like, he gave me the best bondage experience you could possibly think of. And so after everything was done and dusted, guys, basically that's when I think he caught feelings. Because the next day, as I was, getting ready now to leave, He then tells me to leave my, some of my clothes at his place. Okay, so like the first thing that shocked me was like, this was the first night I spent at your place, dude. Now, why do you want me to leave my things at your place? So I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. I'm not getting a mina. And to me, that was just like the first red flag. But when the red flags are there, you don't you don't basically pay attention to them because you want to be seeing green flags instead of seeing red flags. And that was the first red flag. I should have actually I'm just putting on some powder, guys. So that was actually the first red flag that I should have seen, but I actually ignored. So after he had told me to leave my things at his place, I did leave them there, but I only left like my pajamas and my lingeries, and that was just about it. So he then drops me off at my place, guys. And after he drops me off at my place, like we carry on talking, like we continue talking, like the relationship ihamba kahle, things are going good. Like a week after, like we had basically gotten together, the guy starts doing weird things. When I was, usually on my way home from work, I would find him parked outside my place waiting for me. And that really annoyed me because he wouldn't tell me when he is coming. He would just rock up, no minini, no misipis kati, no miganjani, and he would not even call me. He would just rock up at my place and he would park outside and he would just keep quiet. And I bumped into him one day as I was coming back from work, ngimbone, and after I see him, like I get shocked and I go up to his car and I ask him, Wuzi, what is he doing here? Because he didn't tell me that he was coming. So he was like, no, I just wanted to surprise you. So I was like, okay, so what if I didn't even come home? What if I wasn't at home and you wanted to surprise me? Then what? And he was like, well, I was going to call you. So I was like, okay. So like after that incident happened, like in Ginganag, and then I would, coincidentally, like, I'm not sure if it was a coincidence, guys, or if it was what, but I would usually bump into him as I was, coming back from work, going to my place. And I would always bump into him like at the same spot. Like it wasn't even a thing of, us literally bumping into each other. I would literally see him driving past me, and as he's driving past me, he would literally like speed so that I wouldn't be able to see him, as if but I start noticing these strange things. To know, man, this guy is acting very, very weird. So this one time, he actually, parked outside my place for like over 2 hours, and when he didn't see me come through, he basically called me and he asked me Uguti where I was. So I was like, I'm at work. So whenever I was on call, at work, I would, sleep over at the premises. And when he calls me, guys, he's basically like, where are you? So I'm like, where am I? Like, what do you mean, where am I? I'm at work, I'm on call, so I'm not at my place. Why are you asking? So he's like, because I'm outside your place and I've been here since 5 o'clock. Now bear in mind, guys, would see the time he called me was around 7-8ish, and he was basically parked outside my place for over 2 hours waiting for me, or maybe stalking me, So I found that very strange. Uguti, why would you, like park for 2 hours, like 2 whole hours outside my place, and you're not even telling me? Like, who does that? So he would also call me with a private number, and he wouldn't speak. Whenever I would, say hello, he would keep quiet, and I would literally hear him breathing on the other end of the phone. And I would hang up because I wouldn't get any response. So I just found that awfully weird, guys. Like, really? You are honestly going to stalk me? You honestly going to pull up at my place and, wait for me and basically not even tell me, that you're at my place? No. Like, that was just one of my biggest red flags. Like, seriously, dude? Are you honestly going to do that? And to be honest, that just turned me off. That just killed the vibe, sis. That just killed the vibe. So I'm actually going to use the pink color from this eyeshadow to make it as a blush, because I don't like the liquid blush. I like the powder blush. But anyway, yeah, guys, so after I noticed, all of those funny movements from the guy, like, I blocked him. I blocked him because I wasn't about, to be stalked. Definitely not. I was not about to be stalked by some guy, who was just giving me the creeps. So I blocked him, guys. And that's basically like how we, lost contact with each other, because I blocked him and I deleted his number. And that was it, guys. Like, that was the last time that I actually saw him. I think he did try to contact me like a few days after that, because I still kept getting, those private number calls from him, and whenever I would say hello, like, nobody would answer. So I was definitely sure that was him that was trying to call me. But honey, I was not interested, because I just feel like it's really, 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 really creepy to be stalking someone, and that is how obsessive behavior starts, guys. Like, umuntu will literally start with the smallest things that you should be seeing as a red flag, and we women, we tend to not pay attention to those red flags when we actually should be paying attention, to those red flags. And I think I'm actually quite grateful that I ended things while I still had the opportunity to, because who knows what other creepy things he was going to do. So I'm just applying some lipstick now, and I think that's about it. So guys, and that is basically the story of my bondage experience with this creep. And I think that's why I call him Mr. Creep, because he was very dodgy. He was doing very creepy things. I actually wanted to put some eyelashes, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna skip that. I think that's just about it for my face beats. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I dumped him, I blocked him, and I moved on, and I just basically, like, never saw him again. I never heard from him again, and I was happy. I was happy. But yeah, so let me just finish up doing my lashes, and then I will close out this video. Okay, guys, so I am actually done doing my makeup, and that was actually, my little story of my bondage experience with Mr. Creep. But anyway, guys, I thank you so much for watching, and this brings it to the end of my little story time. If you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me chit chat / story time, please make sure that you do give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section, guys, and please subscribe to the channel. So I am signing out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.